An authoritarian or autocratic leader has a high need to maintain control of the group, him or herself. It may come across that this leader may have an obsession for control. This obsession can reach its extremes and many behaviors begin to manifest. Examples would include coming to a meeting early. Now, this will probably not be in the plans of an authoritarian leader. This leader will be exactly on time, down to the second. This leader will present a very thorough and extensive introduction to start a meeting so that others will be well informed of who she or he is, and they will align this meeting to make their task easier. This leader hates slight pauses in meetings, and if this occurs, they will be sure to supply the verbal noises themselves. The authoritarian loves holding the control within the meeting. They love to interrupt during a discussion too, for at least 3 reasons: to correct error, to keep people talking about what he or she desires, or to show who's wearing the pants in this group. But sometimes this leader is guilty of changing statements to satisfy themselves. But as we can see, this is very rare.
Democratic leadership style, or shared leadership style, is a form of leadership where all group members play a role and learn to perform task orientation and people orientation. The degree and location of control is in the leader as well as the members. It is shared control over decision-making and planning for the group. This style represents an attempt to find a reasonable compromise between 2 extremes where the leader provides direction and performs tasks and social leadership functions while avoiding to dominate the group with their personal views. Studies show that there is higher member satisfaction within democratic leadership. This style fosters more independence and is an overall better leadership style that encourages equality and shared responsibility for the task and goal at hand.
The laissez-faire leaders try to give at least possible guidance to subordinates and try to achieve control through less obvious means. They believe that people excel when they are left alone to respond to their responsibilities and obligations in their own ways. The term comes from business management. It is a leader who leaves the details to experts and doesn't interfere with underlings. The laissez-faire leadership style is also known as the hands-off style. It is one in which the manager provides little or no direction and gives employees as much freedom as possible. All authority or power is given to the employees and they must determine goals, make decisions, and resolve problems on their own. It is best to use this style of leadership when employees are highly skilled, experienced, and educated, employees have pride in their work and the drive to do it successfully on their own, outside experts such as staff specialists or consultants are being used, or employees are both trustworthy and experienced. This style should not be used because it makes employees feel insecure at the unavailability of a manager. The manager cannot provide regular feedback to let employees know how well they are doing. Managers are unable to thank employees for their good work. And finally, the manager doesn't understand his or her responsibilities and is hoping the employees can cover for him or her. An example of a laissez-faire leader is Willy Wonka. Willy Wonka used a hands-off approach, or in other words, he let everyone do as they pleased. A laissez-faire leader is not very involved with issues or their people.
Superleaders, a concept proposed by Sims and Mans, are individuals who exhibit the ultimate extension of democratic leadership. The emergence of the superleader is critical to effective modern leadership. Superleaders use bottom-up leadership, have a democratic and participative leadership style, and have a wealth of experience and knowledge. Mans created a list on how to become a superleader. Number 1, develop yourself into a self-leader. Number 2, model this type of leadership. Number 3, inspire others in individual and group settings to develop their own goals. Number 4, reward positive self-leadership. Number 5, provide coaching for self-leadership at all levels of the organization. Number 6, become an advocate for groups and teams that lead themselves. Number 7, encourage positive thinking in others. Number 8, instate a culture of self-leadership. Within this idea of self-leadership, we are responsible for our choices and must channel them in the right direction. There are 3 main rewards for doing this. Number 1, getting a feeling of competence. Number 2, having the feeling of control and not being at the mercy of others. And number 3, a feeling of purpose when we choose behaviors that help us achieve what we truly want.